Hey guys, welcome. This is KK, your host. I host live games in a small place, and this club is called the 10 Poker Club. It's in this great country. Now, I want to tell you about how I host this game, right? So in the city that I live in, so there are a lot of people who like to play poker, and some of them like to play tournaments, some of them like to play cash games, and of course some of them like both. Now me and my friends decided, let's host a place so that the crazy poker players, like poker enthusiasts, can come and play. And why do I do this? It's fun, right? I myself love to play poker, and I used to play. So eventually I thought I will host a place so people can come and have a good time playing poker. Now, this club has a very simple rules. Of course, we follow the standards to run cash games and tournaments. So the cash games we run 3 to 4 days a week, mostly in the evenings. This is how it starts. Let's say today's Monday and we have a game night. So this morning I sent text message to a bunch of people, all the players that are on the list, and mostly we host a one table and sometimes two tables. So people start replying to my messages saying whether they're in or out. Now, once I have 9 to 10 players, so I announce the game is on for one table. If I have more than 18 people, then it's two tables. Now, once I say the game is confirmed, so now I expect my guest to arrive at the time. Before that, there is so much to prepare to host a poker game, because the people who play poker, they are smart, they're rich, or they want to have a good time, right? So definitely hosting is not simple. You need to make sure the service is provided really good. So a few things that I bring to my house is food. Of course, while playing, they get hungry because these games are hours together, sometimes 6 hours, 7, 8, 10. The crazy days goes up until the next day morning, which is like more than 12 hours. So we have to make sure we have plenty of food, different type of snacks for them to have in between. And the next thing we provide, amazing drinks, beers, whiskey, brandy, vodka, tequila, whatever it is. If any player wants something, mostly we cannot say we don't have it. So we make sure we provide amazing drinks and no compromise in that. And then one more service that we provide here, may not be every day, is massages. Again, they sit for hours together, they get tired, they want to play. So what do they want to get relaxed is a nice massage, right? Because body is like a mission, it needs massage. So we also invite a professional massage therapist. So while they play, they will do massage to their head, shoulders, back to make them feel better. And of course, the dealer is most important for a poker game. So we bring in a professional dealer, right? So most of the times we run PLO, which is Pot Limit Omaha, and that game, it is a bit complicated than Texas Hold'em. So we need a professional dealer to keep up the speed and accuracy to make sure everything is going properly. Professional dealer also come like 30 minutes or an hour before to make sure to set up all the chips, cards, score sheets, table, chairs, everything, right? We also have a housekeeper, or we can call a bartender. The players, while playing, they don't sometimes feel like get up and then go grab their own food or drink. Instead, they can simply call the housekeeper or a bartender to get them their favorite drink, and of course they tip her very well. So massages, they tip. For dealers, they tip. So all the tips are through the chips. So it's easy, right? So if someone gives you a great drink, what do? They throw the chip, right? And they won a big pot, what do? They throw a chip. It's all tips because they are happy. They are saying thanks in terms of giving tips through chips. So that's about the basic things. Now, once the players arrive, as a host, my job is to welcome them at the door to make sure they feel like this is their home, right? So I welcome them and ask them if they want any drinks, food, or anything, and then they will take their seat. We also have a buy-in limits. It all changes, sometimes from 300 to 2,000, right? Minimum. And the bettings are small blind, big blind, and dealer is the straddle. So it's 5, 5, 10. So that is the normal, and sometimes we change according to the player's choice, or sometimes if we are doing something different. So the another most important thing that I have to make sure being a host is controlling the buy-ins, because players super involved in the game and they don't know how much they are taking buy-ins, because they constantly keep losing, then they ask for buy-ins, right? And it is not really good idea to give them whatever buy-ins that they ask. We have to have limits, right? Let's say somebody get 10,000 chips and then they don't pay. It's a big problem, right? It's a problem to them as well, because they might not have that kind of money. Or it's a problem to the house because we have to settle to the winners as well. So keeping an eye always on the buy-ins limits, it is good being a host to always be prepared for that. So yeah, of course, sometimes an argument happens, people argue with each other, talk about rules and all. So as a host, I have to jump in to tell them what is right, what is wrong, and compromises and all that stuff to not to have big issues here. And about payments, right? So let's say somebody won something, and instead of we sometimes settle on the same day for some players. Sometimes it's a weekly settlements, right? That's because the losers have to pay house, and then house has to pay to the winners, because we are only providing an environment like a bridge between the players. So for that, sometimes the settlements will be on, of course, the competition. In the area, there are other clubs as well. A lot of players play in those clubs also on a different days, and the competition doesn't like competition. So it's another thing that as a host you have to keep in mind, not do any mistakes and take care of your guests really good, so that, remember, they have a choice. So how do you make them come to your place? So make sure you really take a very good care of them, the best. So that the most important thing that you need to do for players to come back is pay on time, payments. That is the most critical thing. And of course, a lot of players support us. Once they like us, like the service, like everything, there are people who really like, support, and encourage and all that stuff. So, well, that's it for now. And over next videos, I'll also show you the different type of drinks we get, different food we order, and massages, and whatever is happening, I will show you as the time permits, as the players permit, right? Players might not really like to video record them, and some of them don't care. So we have to make sure we are not recording anyone that doesn't want to be on the video. So stay tuned for this channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, or even if you have suggestions, or if you have already ran such clubs or running similar clubs, throw me some suggestions, because I like to learn same way I like to teach. So we all here doing something crazy, something creative, something fun, interesting, to make sure to have a good time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Once again, this is KK and my club name is Den Club. Thank you. Bye-bye.